good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope today, hope you're feeling grand and all is well in your world. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to ANQ Wednesday, everybody. Let's get going, shall we? Okay, so question 1 today has multiple parts. So, question 1, part A, is what is that new room? Have you moved or a new apartment? I haven't moved, but I'm between two places now. I'm between this room here, which is not my own, and my other room, the normal room you always see me in. So yes, I'm between two places. Why? Who knows? I'm sure a lot of you can figure that out. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of you already have figured it out. That's not a guitar rap. Anyway, let's not dwell on the formalities of that one. Let's move on to the next part of question 1. Okay, what is the best rock band ever? There isn't one! It's totally subjective. There is no such thing as the best guitarist ever, the best bass player, the best drummer in the world, best band in the world. It doesn't exist. It's just a way of making music into a competition, and I don't agree with it. There is no such thing as the best. It doesn't exist. You know, you can say certain guitarists are the best, but they are to you. Subjective. It won't be to everybody else. I can say John Frusciante is the best guitarist in the world. Not to make it true. Because just because he is to me, doesn't mean he is to some of you out there or other people. So, who's the best band in the world? There isn't one. In my opinion. You know, there's no such thing as the best. There's just people who mean something to you and are the best to you. Other than that, it's totally subjective, and you know, it's all down to you. What you like, what you prefer, who you prefer, why you prefer them. And that's just personal preference. If you love somebody over somebody else, then that's the reason. You know, I love John Frusciante and Jimi Hendrix and Peter Green and Mike McCready and Rory Gallagher. You know, I love those guys over anybody else. But does it make them the best? To me. But no, to anybody else? Not necessarily. It's totally subjective. It's down to you. But is there such a thing as the best? No. It just makes things into a competition, and I don't think it's healthy. You know, it's just like, you are what you are. You know, at the end of the day, you know, does it really matter who's best? If you're enjoying it and you love it, and people who inspire you, love them for that, does it really matter? In my opinion, yeah. For what that's worth. But yeah, best rock band ever. There isn't one. Okay, so next part of question 1 is, what is your number 1 tip to guitar players? Practice and learn songs, and use the knowledge you earn and learn from playing practically. Do not go just using it theoretically. You know, if you learn how to do something at home, try and use it in a practical way at a jam session or in your band or live or whatever, or whatever it may be. You know, don't just let it sit around and just be a theoretical thing. You have to put this stuff into practice. You can't just kind of go, you can't just read a book and then just know everything about it. You know, you have to use this stuff practically to know how to apply it in the real world. You know, just because you read a book on dentistry doesn't make you a perfect dentist at the end of it, if that makes any sense. Weird thing, but hopefully that makes kind of like, might be the point. Make the point. Oh my god. You're English, Dave. What do you want, Dave? I'm not very clever. Fair point. Anyway. But yeah, it comes down to practice. You've got to practice. You've got to put the time in. You've got to put the effort in. You've got to put the years in. You know, there is no quick way with any instrument. Guitar, bass, drums, there's no quick way with anything. You know, you want to be good at something, you have to apply yourself to it. And you have to sacrifice for it. You have to put the time in, you have to put the years in, you have to put the effort in. If you don't do those things, you're not going to get anything from it. As a lot of us well know. You know, you've really got to push it. You know, you've got to practice. And you've got to, learning songs and learning stuff you'll use practically is the key there. So that's what I'd say. I would go into that further, but we'd be here all day. And there's another question to do. And there's also the final part of this question. There's another 2 parts of this question. So yeah, that'd be my main tips. You know, you gotta practice. That is the number 1 tip. Practice. Put the hours in. Put the years in. You know, and really mean it when you play. You know, if you ever feel like you're phoning it in, you need to find a way to not phone it in. If that makes any sense, you don't want to be doing that. Okay, so part 4 of question 1 is would you ever consider doing a top 5 Dave Simpson lick video? Yes, I would consider doing that, but I don't know how to do it because I don't really analyse what I do anymore. I've gone past that stage. I did the self-analysing and obsession with technique for years when I first started playing guitar. I did it for, basically from like 2003 till 2007. I did the self-analytical thing and I would analyse everything I did and focus solely on technique and getting it the best it could be. But after that, I've started to pull away from that. And as a result, I don't analyse what I do. I don't think about what I do. I just want to do it, if that makes any sense. But hopefully at some point I can do that kind of thing. But it's difficult because I don't know how to do it. And I'm at war with my own brain in that kind of thinking, like, any video to do with me on my own channel feels massively ego-y and it's really difficult. So I can do videos like that on other people, which I'm not allowed to do anymore because of copyright. But finding videos to do on myself, I mean, a lot of people requested how to play like Dave Simpson series, which I just couldn't do in a million years. I just don't know how to even start down that line. I just don't know how to do that, and I wouldn't be able to do it mentally either. It would mess me up. I wouldn't be able to do it, so unfortunately I won't be able to do that. Maybe one day I can do a top 5 Dave Simpson licks video if I can figure out how to do it. I have thought about it. It is on the list, but until I know how to actually do it, I'm kind of like stuck, if that makes any sense. So the final part of question 1 today is, what are your thoughts about the New World Order? Well, if you're referring to our giant ant overlords, I welcome them, and I will happily go work in their sugar caves and toil for them as long as I get, at the end of the day, some sleep. But that's definitely, I agree with the ant order. To the ants! We are not worthy. We cower before your 6 legs and abdomens and beg mercy. Please put us to work in your sugar caves and we will do your bidding. And then the great ant war will start between the 2 factions, the red ants and the other ants, because I don't know any other species of ant. And they've probably got some kind of crazy Latin name that I can't pronounce. And then the war will commence. And they'll use us as cannon fodder against the other ants. And then the ants will go crazy. I'm going to stop myself. Okay. I'm back in the world. Hello, everybody. I've lost my mind. But yeah, I'm definitely for the, the ant New World Order. Let's go, ants. Go, ants! Anyway, go, ants. That nearly sounded like go, pants. But anyway, I've lost my mind already. Calm down. It's these short videos. I'm still struggling with them. Anyway, so that's question 1, everybody. Let's move on to question 2 now. Okay, so question 2 today is, have you... Well, sorry. Wrong question. What do you think of Blackstar amps? I am not a fan of Blackstar amps. I have spoke about this in other videos. I thought I'd bring it up again because I get asked this quite a lot to review Blackstar amps. And I'm not going to review any Blackstar amps. The only Blackstar amp I've ever liked was the Fly, the little portable battery one, until it died on me. But even then, looking back now, that isn't as good as some of the other smaller amps that I've got, including like the new X Mighty Air. Just beats that hands down. Like an ant in a war. Stop it, Dave. Stop it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm not a Blackstar fan. I just find them far too fizzy. They're far too harsh and nasty. When I just don't like them. I've tried a lot of them. And I just don't like them. Their tonality does not suit the sound in my head at all. I have tried a lot of Blackstars, and every time I plug into it, I'm just like, nope, I can't feel that. I just don't get that at all. It doesn't work for me at all. So, like I say, I won't be reviewing a Blackstar amps unless one comes along that I really do like. But at this point in time, I haven't played one that makes me go, whoa. The Fly was good, but it didn't make me go, whoa. It's really cool. I love the Fly. It was a great amp, but it wasn't... Looking at like the new X Mighty Air or the Boss Katana Mini, it didn't stack up, sadly. But yeah, but I'm not a big Blackstar fan. I'm not a Blackstar user. I really haven't had any experience playing for a Blackstar amp that I've liked at all. Apart from the Fly, but again, that's mini thing. But yeah, that's it, people. Anyway, I hope that's answered your questions okay, and I'll see you again for another A&Q Thursday. As usual, the fear is here. It's saying you spoke far too much about ants and didn't answer anybody's question. Okay, so I have to cope with that. That's gonna be good fun. I hope I've answered your questions okay. I hope there's something in there you can kind of take away. And I'm still getting used to these short videos. It still feels really weird to me. It still feels really weird. I'm not used to it at all yet. It's going to take a while of settling in. It's really strange. If you like this channel and like what I do here on this channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. He got it right. Link for that is in the description box below. If you want to submit a question for A&Q Wednesday or Thursday, please, description box below has an email link. Email me there. And other than that, I will see you again tomorrow, people of the tube, for another one. A&Q Thursday. So, have a great one until then. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. And goodbye now. I'm off to find the ant overlords and plead on behalf of humanity to not enslave us too much. Just a little. Wish me luck. See you again.